Hi, my name is Deborah Snow and I am the assistant principal at Lithia Springs Elementary School. This spring, every student that's enrolled in a Douglas County school in grades 3 through 8 will be taking the Georgia Milestone Assessment System test. This is a test that was developed to replace our standard CRCT test that students were familiar with that has been done for many years. We are hoping that at the end of the video that you will have a better understanding of the composition and purpose of the Georgia Milestone Assessment System. We are also going to be outlining the specific types of items that students can expect on the exam. We'll be looking at specific pictures, specific problems that the students will be working through, and we will also include some resources that are available online for you to access with your student to practice before they take this test. It will be here in the next couple of weeks, so we really need to help our students get prepared. Georgia Milestones Assessment System, or as it's more commonly known, GMAS. Okay, one thing you may be asking is how is the Georgia Milestones different than the CRCT? The most notable difference is the inclusion of a constructed response or constructed response items that are going to be in English, language arts, and mathematics. These types of questions are in addition to the selected response items or multiple choice items that students are more familiar with. There's also an inclusion of a writing component. This writing component is going to be in response to text that students have read, and it occurs at every grade level and course within the English Language Arts assessment. We also have the inclusion of norm-referenced test items. This is in every grade and content area. These will be used to complement the criterion-referenced information and will be able to provide Georgia a national comparison with the students on each grade level. And we will also be taking this test online. Okay, so we have a blended Georgia Milestones test, which includes both criterion-referenced and norm-referenced questions. The Milestones criterion-referenced questions will give us performance information in the form of 4 performance levels. These levels will depict the student's mastery of our state standards. We also have the norm-referenced or performance information in the form of national percentiles. And this information will show us how well Georgia students are achieving compared to their peers nationally. The general test parameters are ELA, which consists of 3 sections. Section 3 will focus mainly on writing, where the students will be expected to do an extended response. The mathematics will consist of 2 sections. Science will consist of 2 sections, and social studies will consist of 2 sections. This is an example this is our testing calendar for this year. We will begin on Tuesday, April the 19th, with 3rd and 4th grade doing English Language Arts, sections 1 and 2. Then on Wednesday, they will do section 3, grades 3 and 4. Then they get a couple of days break, and 5th grade will be testing ELA sections 1 and 2 and ELA section 3, and we will alternate testing days for 3rd and 4th and 5th grades all the way through Monday, May 2nd, where the 5th grade will finish up with the 2 sections for social studies. Then Tuesday, May the 3rd is a makeup day for students who have been absent. The achievement levels that will be determined for especially our criterion referenced tests will be beginning learners, This level will require a retest in the area of mathematics for grades 5 and 8, developing learner, proficient learner, and distinguished learner. One thing we need to note is that promotion and retention in the area of reading in grades 3, 5, and 8 will not be determined by the achievement levels indicated above. Instead, a reading score will be provided for the purpose of determining promotion status in grades 3, 5, and 8. A retest will be available in the content area of ELA for those who require a retest based upon their reading designation. Let's take a look at some sample questions. Okay, here is a typical selected response item. These have not changed. Students in math might see a question like this asking them which fraction is the largest, and they will have its multiple choice. You've got a fourth, a half, 1/6, and 1/3. Students will need to choose what they consider to be the correct response, which of course will be answer B, a half. A constructed response sample question might read, describe the theme of selection 2. Use at least 2 details from the text to support your answer. The students will be given a writing space on the test, and they will generate their answers and type them in the writing space provided, making sure that they go back to the text that they were reading and provide supporting evidence for their response. A math constructed response item might look something like this. You have 8 friends who are sharing 4 pizzas equally. What fraction of the pizza does each friend get? And then they will have to prove their answer with a model, which means they will have to draw it or actually probably be writing to explain how they were able to share the pizzas equally. So some of you may be asking, what can you do to help your child at home? One of the most important things that you could do is have document-based conversations. But what does that look like? Okay, document-based questions called DBQs involve articles that you may see in magazines, pictures, poems, a letter, some sort of diagrams. You need to show these to your children, ask questions about what you're looking at, have your child point out specific things in the document that support their answer. Like, for example, if you're looking at a picture, and ask your children to, what do they think is going on there? If they give you an answer, ask them why. Ask them to tell you how they came up with that idea. So let's practice. Okay, you have 2 documents here. You've got a document that looks at, document A, that looks at the nutrition for Coca-Cola, and you have document B, which looks at the nutrition level of Powerade. They're both serving size 12 ounces. Which drink is healthier? You have calories, sugars, fat, and caffeine that the students need to be looking at. All right. The students might say that Powerade, based on the evidence in the chart, is the healthier drink, but you don't need to stop there. Ask for evidence from the document that supports their answers. How do you know that Powerade is healthier? What information from the document supports your answer? We all know from looking at the information that's given that Powerade is the healthier drink, it has only 20 grams of sugar, whereas Coke has 39 grams. So now you could also continue with questioning by asking your child, what does the amount of sugar have to do with being healthy? Um, it's very important that you have these types of conversations with your children so that they get used to answering questions with more than just a simple response. The retest dates for grades 3, 5, and 8 will occur during post planning. They will be online. The reading section, ELA, sections 1 and 2, will be Monday, May the 23rd. The ELA section 3, the written section for grades 3, 5, and 8 will be on Tuesday, May the 24th. And then math will be for grades 5 and 8 will be on Wednesday, May the 25th. These dates do coincide with our post-planning. Parents will be responsible for getting their students to the school for the retest. The summer retention promotion procedures for those that do have to take a retest will be provided in the form of a letter that will be sent home indicating whether your child was promoted or passed to the next grade level. The envelopes will come from the central office and sometime probably in the month of July. Here are some resources that are available for you to go online and practice some GMAS type questions. The students have been doing these online test practices here at school as well. And then more helpful resources. If you have any questions that you would like answered that were not provided with this PowerPoint, please feel free to call us at the school at 770-651-4100 and your child's teacher or Mrs. Snow, the assistant principal, will be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.